Hello everyone, my name is Eric Zorn. I am here to do a run through of the application that I have redesigned and prototyped using InVision. Before we get into that, I'm just going to tell you the application is named Zip. The Zip application I found through a friend. The user interface, in my opinion, was lacking a lot, and our goal as a project was to redesign the application. So essentially, what the Zip application does is it allows a user to create an account, and they can ask questions or answer questions from anyone in the public that has an account on the app. And pretty much you swipe right to agree or swipe left to disagree if it's a yes or no question, or you can, if the question has specific answers, obviously you swipe depending on the answer. After that, the screen pops up, and as I will demonstrate, it pretty much allows you to see the results of the poll, and you can choose many different categories and so on of the types of questions you want to see or answer. So let's jump in. So this is what the Zip application does. As you can see here, you can swipe left or right depending on the answer or question you are trying to answer. This is a demo because I just signed into the application. So if I click continue, I'm just going to select my gender. Do not. We'll hit save. And now we are in the application. So as you can see here, this is the first question that comes up under trending news. So without reading the question, it doesn't matter at the moment. You can swipe left or right depending on your answer. So let's say I'm not really interested. I swiped left, and now it gives me a poll of the survey, and it says 80% answered, not really interested. And you can share your answer directly to social media or notify me when the question is settled. So when, I guess, the person asking the question is settled with the answer. So you swipe again, brings you to the next question. You can search for a quick code. So if you have a quick code that goes directly to someone's question, you can enter it there and hit search. And then here's the menu bar. And now this is where I thought the UI started to get pretty cluttered. Tons of different small type and tons of different sections within the application, instead of just having one overall section and then being able to click through it. So yeah, and you can adjust all of your settings, but that's pretty much what the Zip application does. It's kind of fun. You answer questions, see what other people think, and yeah, so let's jump into my prototype. Okay, so here we have my InVision projects. InVision's a great prototyping application that a lot of companies are using. And here, these are my different additions. These two with the brighter green were my original additions, but we're going to be covering the final designs. So here you can see I designed an Apple Watch usability for the application, which the original did not have. And here we have the final designs for the redesign and prototype of the Zip application. So I'll click View Prototype, and I'll click the home screen. So this is what the application would look like when seeing the iPhone for the first time, or opening the application on the iPhone for the first time. So let's say you enter your username and password, you click Submit, and this brings you to the menu, which you will be using quite often. So let's say you want to answer a question, you can click Questions, and just like the old application, it brings up a dialog box and it gives you a question, the details, and you can swipe yes or no. So let's say we said yes or no. It brings us to this poll, and it will say approximately with a bar who is higher within the answering. So the poll, whoever's winning. And at the end of it, sometimes it will give you a percentage if you would like. So to go back, we click Menu, and then you can click Answers and go directly back into the most recent answer. So when answering questions, obviously people want to choose categories. and now this is a great way to see the different categories that are offered. There will be tons added to the application. These are just a couple examples of what you might see. So like famous people, music, world news, etc. So when you're done toggling them on and off, you can click submit, and it brings you straight into the questions loaded with those filters. Now the Zip application website, as you can see here, if I click website, the app will bring you to their actual website. Now this obviously is what their current color scheme and the actual application is on, that is on the App Store, but it is subject to change as the application grows. So history, so you want to see the history of your questions and answers. It brings you to this page, and then you can click questions, and it gives you all the recent questions you've asked, and you can swipe down and it gives you more. But let's say, do you like cookies was what you want to see. You can read the question title and then the description you wrote. And then for answers, the same thing. So let's say you answered that question, or you want to scroll down and see more answers. So here would be your answer with some filler text for now, but obviously would be the answer that you would be providing. Okay, so let's say you want to ask a question to the public. You select this, you give it a subject, you write your question. It populates here, obviously, within the text box. And then you click return, and it brings you straight into your question history. So you can start to see people answering your question. Now, like the current application with a quick code, if someone has a code that they want to give you to go to a specific question so you can answer their poll, you click it, type in their code, and click submit. Now, that should bring you directly into a question. And lastly, you click sign out, and this will be the sign out screen. So the application pretty much is simple. I tweaked their logo a little bit. As you can see here, I added a new color scheme with this green, gray, white, and black theme. I edited their icon to match with the logo, and I added a hamburger style menu that it gives you a menu that pops up continuously versus having to slide out from the side with small type like the original application. So just to dive into my last part of this project, I have also created this Apple Watch prototype. And now this app might not have the most usability on the watch, but I think this would be a good interface. So essentially, you can look at your watch, and let's say you want to just flip through questions. You can swipe yes or no. The question will appear right when you open up the application. And just like the phone, it will give you the pull of the question. Now let's say you force pressed on the Apple Watch. You can flag a question. You can go back, or you can sign out, and it will sign you out from your phone as well. So great. Thank you for viewing my prototypes, and I hope you enjoyed the redesign, and let me know what you think. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.